to me, we look at the evolution of communication, language, and the forms, like he was giving examples, writing and that kind of thing, as critical to the evolution of humanity. I mean, if you just look at two things that have shaped the planet in serious ways, are language and money, right? Like, we literally move mountains for money, and we coordinate that action through language, right? And so for me, there's another layer behind what Eyal was showing, because his focus was a little bit more on the coordinative capacity of language. But like the earliest examples of writing, just like the first examples of using and storing data was a ledger, right? The earliest examples of writing were accounting, were just tick mark type things and a little symbol of what you're counting and that kind of stuff. That's a pretty primitive form of writing, right? Where we're at now has a lot more expressive capacity. What I am suggesting is that what we identify as money is a very primitive form of currency, that there's actually an explosion of currencies that has occurred that we don't know how to recognize. We don't even see it as a class of object, but it is a part of where we're actually encoding our social intelligence for how we coordinate in very complex ways. I mean, you pull 250,000 people into a building and coordinate where they're going to go with a little thing called a Super Bowl ticket that has, the section and the row and the seat or whatever, right? We're solving a complex flow problem with this little piece of paper. And we do this all over the place without recognizing this pattern. To me, it's so weird. It's kind of like not recognizing the class of stuff called architecture, because this building's made out of wood and this one's made out of brick and this one's made out of metal and glass. But the principles are still the same. And so what I'm suggesting is actually that we've become very enamored with our industrial age currencies that are based on scarcity and a bunch of, I think, pretty kind of shallow principles in the expressive capacity of currencies, and whole new realms open up available to us from things like blockchain, but things like computers. It's already happening, not on distributed systems, but it changes the economics completely. And so